include H.O. Nash, T.A. Thompson, C.C. Sweeting, and C.R. Walker. Not to be outdone with their wonderful accomplishments was the Center for the Deaf and Stapleton School. Along with tons of proud parents, teachers, and education officials, Minister of Education Desmond Bannister applauded the students for their hard work.
The success of 7 students at the H.O. Nash Junior High School who achieved a minimum of 5 or more BJC with grades of A, 5 or more with A grades. I also want to mention Samantha Mark, a student at the T.A. Thompson Junior High School, who was the winner of District Spelling Bee and went on to become the first runner-up in the National Spelling Bee competition.
Displaying their talents and musical abilities, the Center for the Deaf performed at the event. Minister Bannister pointed out his ministry is working hard to afford these disabled students a sound tertiary education. So far, they're making progress.
I want you to know that their education is just as important as the education of any other child in this country. And the Ministry of Education is working tirelessly now to create special opportunities for tertiary education for our deaf students. One of the events that gave me greatest pleasure as minister is to be able to give a scholarship to a young lady who is blind. And every few weeks she emails me to tell me of her outstanding results at university. And so there are no barriers that you cannot overcome, students.
The Ministry of Education also honored 40-year educator Emmeline Seymour Lockhart, Dr. Keith Wisdom, Director of Public Affairs for Educational Initiatives at Cable Bahamas, and 55-year veteran educator Vandereen Romer at the ceremony. Cyan Thompson, ZNS News.
Meanwhile, L.W. Young Junior High School celebrated the academic achievements of students there today during an awards ceremony at the school. That report tonight from Fern Gary.
L.W. Young Junior High School students who excelled academically receiving tangible rewards for their success, certificates, trophies, and gifts, marking a proud moment in their lives. On hand for the occasion, Director of Education Lionel Sands, who lauded the youngsters for achieving excellence against the odds.
Life is not a fairy tale. As a result, you must expect obstacles, bumps, and roadblocks along the way. Your ability to carry on with your dreams and goals, despite the difficulties, determine your level of success. You can be whatever you want to be in life. Your circumstance ought not to dictate your level of achievement.
Sands also urged students not to let the environment or economic situation limit their success.
It does not matter whether you came from Kemp Road, Fox Hill, or Bain Town. If you are from a poor family, handicapped, from a single-parent home, whatever the situation may be, the only limits that you have are the ones that you have placed on yourself. If you have the intrinsic motivation, passion, drive, ambition, and willingness to make it, you will achieve excellence.
He also talked about people who overcame challenges to become prominent members of society.
Michael Jordan, how many of you remembered Michael Jordan? Most of you do. Praised as the best basketball player of all times. Guess what? He was cut from his high school basketball team because the coach thought he couldn't play basketball. Can you imagine? But he defied the odds and he became the greatest basketball player to ever play basketball. Our very own Sir Sidney Poitier, a son of the soil of Cat Island.
Fern Carey, ZNS News.
Director of Education Lionel Sands says parental involvement in our public school system has improved tremendously since the last semester. Sands claims parents are concerned now more than ever in the academic performance and educational well-being of their children in the classroom.
When we looked at the report card day, there are some schools that are reporting 97% parent involvement in terms of coming collecting the report cards, and interacting with teachers with respect to what the students are doing in the school. And so overall in the entire Bahamas, the rate of collection of report card was 78%. That's high, okay? But we have schools who had up to 97% of parents collecting report cards. And so that for me is very, very important.
Now, SANS says though there has been a few challenges this academic year, things are looking up.
Nothing out of the normal, and we're quite satisfied with that. Obviously, there have been one or two incidences, but generally speaking, we've had a wonderful year, a quiet year from September to now. And so that for me, it's very, very encouraging, because now, the schools are challenged with just the teaching learning process, and so anything added to that would create greater challenges, but we're quite satisfied where we are right now.